This is going to be my second Magic the Gathering ASMR video, so I'll be whispering throughout. This is going to be the remnants of a fat pack that I bought and have half opened. I didn't think that it really warranted a full unboxing. I think I might do one for Dragons of Tarkir, which comes out at the end of March, but I'm still kind of getting to grips with the whole thing. But anyway, I have 4 boosters left in here, so I thought I'd open them on camera and we'll see what we get. Side. Take a look through that a bit later. Fill it up. I really love the texture of these boxes. Really nice. First. I don't have a pair of scissors to hand, so I will do this as quietly and as carefully as possible. Success the first time round. Let's take a look and see what we got. Our first card is Soul Summons. Basic commons I will probably run through a little faster. This one was a white sorcery, which lets you manifest the top card of your library. I haven't really done too much around manifest myself. As I've said before, I won't go into it as much this time, but I'm a lapsed Magic player. But I'm kind of getting back into it now, and I've been building a green and white Convoke deck. I've got a couple of cards that happen to manifest as well, but the mechanic is not too interesting as far as I'm concerned. There's a blue Sultai Skullkeeper, 1 colorless and an island. 2/1 creature. When Sultai Skullkeeper enters the battlefield, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Reach of Shadows. black instant. Destroy target creature that's one or more colours. Harsh sustenance. So this is my 6th. So, yeah, a little bit of basic maths there. This is my 6th booster from this fat pack. My 6th harsh sustenance. It's quite a cool card actually, but yeah, I'm done with the harsh sustenance at this point. X damage to target creature or player, and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures you control. I think I talked about it in my first one where I got it again. It's in the right deck, that's really strong. Pressure point. 1 colourless and a white. Tap target creature and draw a card. Frontier Mastodon. 2 colourless and a green. For a 3/2 with Ferocious. Alicia's Vanguard. 3 colourless and a swamp. For a 3/3 Orc Warrior with a dash cost of 2 and a swamp. A Defiant Ogre. 5 colourless and a mountain. Defiant Ogre. When he enters the battlefield, you can put a 1/1 counter on him or destroy target artifact. Whisperer of the Wilds. 1 colourless and a forest. For a 0/2 creature. You tap it. You add a green forest to your mana pool. If you control a creature with a power 4 or greater, you can tap and you'll add a 2, which is in a green deck. Late game, you're probably going to be rolling with a 4. Okay, here's our first uncommon, the Battlefront Crushhawk. You can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. That's 4 and a green for a 3/4, but you've got a counter deck. Here's your boy. You're going to start running over them pretty quickly, especially if they have a lot of smaller token creatures who are going to be torn apart. And you know, a deck that is set up to counter in numbers, this is going to come in handy. This is the Meringue River Prowler. 2 colourless and an island. 2/1. Meringue River Prowler. Can't block and can't be blocked. You may cast Meringue River Prowler from your graveyard as long as you control a black or green permanent. The currents of the meringue wash away both tracks and blood. That's pretty cool. Again, another card that builds towards you having a lot of blue and a black or a green. Kind of common, but again, building towards colour combinations while not restricting you in your mana. The Mistfire Adept. That's a 3/3. Human Monk. With prowess. My friend who I'm getting back into Magic with. He's built a prowess deck, and that is quite frustrating to play against. He casts an instant, and then his whole crew of monks all get bolstered that turn. And of course, that instant can be played at any time. You can commit your defenders. Suddenly, there you go. Big boys have turned up out of the blue. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, which is synergy with the prowess, target creature gains flying until the end of turn. The quieter the skies, the calmer the mind. Scale General. You can see that. 3 colourless and a plains for a human warrior. 2/3. At the beginning of your end step, bolster X, where X is the number of tapped creatures you control. Choose a creature with the least toughness among creatures you control, and put X +1/+1 counters on it. Dragons seek war. I bring it to them. That's pretty cool. My deck I mentioned, it's a mix of Convoke and tokens, so you're using the tokens to pay for the Convoke is the idea. So our boy here, the Dragon Scale General, actually maybe a she, would fit in great there. Okay, there you go. A foil Harsh Sustenance. Now I'm done with Harsh Sustenance. Got a foil of it as well. That's quite funny. Well, there you go. I can't believe it's that one. I saw I had a foil halfway through the pack. I was very excited to see what came up. Never expected the Harsh Sustenance, good lord. Put him to one side, and then a Tranquil Cove, and an advert. Okay, let's the Grim Contest. A colourless, a swamp, and a forest. Choose target creature you control, and target creature an opponent controls. Each of those creatures deals damage equal to its toughness to each other. That's quite interesting. Dragon Bell Monk. Along with Harsh Sustenance, Rakshas's Disdain is my other card that I pull near constantly. Kermag Angler. I think we talked about this in the first video. It's a pretty cool card. It looks really cool. There's a Sultai Rune Mark. I think I've got all of these now, the 5 common rune marks. There's an absent one. Another Frontier Mastodon. And another Defiant Ogre. I've been using her. I've got a couple of these in my deck, so I had a lot of magic cards back in the day, and I can't find them. They've got to be somewhere. And if I do find them, I'll make a video where I kind of pull through them. It's a load of it'll be like Macadian Masks, Invasion, maybe Tempest, that sort of era. But so I'm building up again, and the Anok Guide happens to be a card. I like getting lands out as much as I can. He helps with that. Alicia's Vanguard. Okay, here's our first uncommon. It's Abzan Beastmaster. 2 colourless and a forest. And that gets you a 2/1 creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest toughness or tied for the greatest toughness. His beasts move the great siege towers of the Abzan across the endless sands. Sorry if my mood lighting here is causing it to be a little difficult to read that. I'll read it out for you. The Blood Fire Enforcers. 3 colourless and a mountain for a 5/2 human monk creature. It has burst, strike and trample as long as an instant card and a sorcery card are in your graveyard. And if it's a red deck, you probably will. Grave Strength. Really cool art on this one. Yeah. It's 1 colourless and a black for a sorcery. Choose target creature. Put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each creature card in your graveyard. It's pretty cool. The right deck. So long as death follows life, the supply lines of the soul tie will never be cut. Okay, I've got a couple of these now. Well, the sieges, there's 1 for each colour. I really like these cards. 3 colourless, 2 swamps. For an enchantment. As Palace Siege enters the battlefield, choose Khans or Dragons. Khans, at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. Dragons, at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. And then a Jungle Hollow, and a Spirit Token. No Harsh Sustenance. That's a win, that's a big win. Okay. Again, we'll kind of rocket through the commons because they're commons, right? We've got some cool rares to look at. The Abzan Advantage. Got plenty of these by now. The Avon Surveyor. The Typhoid Rats. I'm thinking about building a black rat deck. I used to love my black decks back in the day. Lots of little creatures. So useful. Ethereal Ambush. You might have thought it was going to be another Harsh Sustenance. The Ethereal Ambush. There's another Dragon Bell Monk. Let me bring my deck back in. Another Anok Guide. X cards. Each player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. If that's the right card for you, I guess it'd be useful. Shifting loyalties. I'm getting a lot of blue cards today. So it was expensive. 6 mana, 5 in an island. Exchange control of 2 target permanents that share a type. So artifact, creature, enchantment, land, and planeswalker are card types. You could do something pretty cool there, I think. Show the enemy the true path, and the spirit will yearn to follow it. Channel Harm. That sounds like a classic Magic card. Channel Harm. 5 in a plains. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you and permanents you control this turn by sources you don't control. If damage is prevented this way, you may have Channel Harm deal that much damage to target creature. Could be quite useful if you're looking to take down a big boy. Oh dear, another siege. How boring. I think I had this one in an old video. Should I say, my one other video. It's Frontier Siege. I think that's my third one of those, that's a shame. And then a Blossoming Sands and a Manifest token. Okay, so that's one more deck pack that we have left. Let's hope for something a little less siegey. We got the typhoid rats again, which is fine by me. Another grim contest. Another Dragon Bell Monk. Another Rakshas's Disdain. Another Gurmag Angler. All the dupes today. Another Rune Mark. A Sultai one this time. A Fierce Invocation. I think that's new to me. A Feral Krushak. Just a classic 5/4 for 5 mana. Nothing special. Looks kind of cool though. There's a Great Horn Krushak. Even less value in that one. 3/5 for 5 mana. But in a colour that doesn't tend to have big hero heroes. Bathe in Dragonfire. Pour damage to target creature for 3 mana. Another Fascination. My good lord. Another Shifting Loyalties. Whoa, another Channel Harm. What do you reckon, another Frontier Siege? That would be very disappointing. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Wow, those 3 uncommons were literally the same. I wonder if that's coincidence. It has to be. Yasova Dragonclaw. That's a legendary creature. Still just a rare, but still is cool, right? Three mana for a 4/2 with trample. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 1 and an island or a red, and another island or a red. If you do, gain control of target creature, and a opponent controls with power less than Yasova Dragonclaw's power until the end of turn. Untap that creature and it gains haste until the end of turn. Maybe if you buff up her power as well, you could do something pretty nasty with that. That's cool. I like that. And then a Bloodfell Caves and another spirit token. I'm using triplicate spirits in my current deck, so I'll take a spirit token. Okay. There's your harsh sustenance. Big card. I'm joking, but I really do have the camera tight to the table tonight. Thank you for taking the time. As I always say, I do appreciate it. Any feedback is of course welcome. I'm sorry that the cards were not particularly enthralling tonight. Quite a few duplicates and the rares were underwhelming to say the least, but I'm sure I'll do some more, and hopefully you still enjoyed it, found it relaxing. As I always say, any feedback greatly received. Please do just send me a message or leave a comment below. And I think that about wraps it up. I will see you next time. I think I might make a video with just a couple more boosters. I might do that the weekend after next, and that'll probably be it until Dragons of Tarkir, unless I find my amazing big box, which might be at my parents' house, and if it is, that will be a treasure trove. But we wait and see on that one. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.